It's a great day today.
It's a great day for you.
It's an aggressive start to the podcast today, but Nick has had arguably the two best days he can remember in a couple of years. It is top of the world day.
Nick is going to be insufferable today.
Oh, I'm going to be the worst. But sometimes when you sit on a take for long enough and you're not allowed to orate the take because you don't want to stir the pot, then eventually the take appears. And honestly, my takes recently have been incredible.
You're about to kick the pot down a hill.
First thing, Himawari in the Boruto manga.
Okay.
Finally gets
Which one's that? Snake hands?
That is Orochimaru.
Nice.
Yeah, snake hands. Don't you ever, she is one of the fan
there's
favorites.
a kid with wiggly hands.
Mitsuki. You talking about Mitsuki?
Am I?
Orochimaru's son?
White hair.
Yeah.
Blue color palette.
Yeah, Mitsuki. Okay. He's probably Toneri's child as well. Anyways, Himawari, Daemon, one of the like cyborgs, is like, oh my god, like, are you powerful? And I've been saying for years that Himawari is going to awaken a Tenseigan because technically her parents have Hamura and Hagoromo's chakra, which makes Kaguya, and she has a Byakugan, and you need a Byakugan in a Otsutsuki to get a Tenseigan. You get it, right? You've been there. The other take I have sat on for years.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah, so you can look like the guy from...
Go on.
Yeah. We still haven't figured out his name.
It's me, the guy from Atlantis.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm
planting the seeds of a bit.
Danny's put on my other glasses. So the other take I'm sitting on for a long time is that SethTheProGroomer's a bad person. Wow! What? Yeah!
What?
The guy who yells at people and tries to bully people off YouTube full time is a bad person. And the reason...
Okay, so wait, we're gonna need... Give people context on who that is, because I didn't know until yesterday.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
I'm gonna strap in. No one get used to my voice.
Danny will not be talking today.
It's gonna be a Nick episode.
If you guys love Danny, I'm sorry. We'll see you next week.
Put those right back in there.
Yeah, get them in the pocket. So SethTheProGroomer, for those of you who don't know, is a power scaler who power scales how strong Naruto is and how hard Naruto could kiss Goku, and if Goku and Saitama, like, who would top and who would bottom, you know, like it's the anime version of my dad can beat your dad in a fight. It's senseless conversation.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy it, you know, that's fine. I don't.
Is the kissing bit true?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, not actually.
Okay.
But let's be real.
I like the idea of content creators being like, now when Goku's Super Saiyan 2, he does 38 kisses per second.
When it comes down
Super
to it,
Saiyan 3,
yeah, his kiss per second rate, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like solar plus.
Yeah, it's
like he
KPS.
could kiss a sun, I would say, and the sun would like blush.
Right.
Which is a solar flare, which he has the durability to sustain.
That's a cute image.
So basically, anytime I see like people like three grown men yelling at each other about fictional characters from different universes and who would win, I just get into their chat and I just be like, damn, I think Luffy and Naruto would like kiss super hard, like every single time. So that's what SethTheProGroomer does. He's a power scaler. He does like Kratos versus Doom guy who has bigger daddy issues.
Weird matchup.
I guess, you know, it's definitely, no one's ever talked about that one before. And so recently, I've only been on YouTube about a year and a half. But when I only been on YouTube for about a half a month, I made a little video called "Is Itachi Dumb?" Where it was kind of just a think piece, like a you know, I was like exploring a question because Itachi, there's a lot of decisions he made that could be deemed as stupid. Like he didn't take his father's MS. His father's MS may or may not be manga canon. There was other ways to work himself out of the coup. He could have helped Shisui. Was Shisui dumb? So just like kind of exploring things. And by the end of it, I say like, listen, Itachi wasn't stupid. He was a 13-year-old boy who got put in the situation. Like it's clickbait. And according to Seth and Six, the other person who made the video, they got paid $2,000 by somebody named Lumbus or something. Apparently I have haters out there, like big time, like wealthy haters, which is terrifying.
To be fair, you're coming out swinging with an "Is Itachi dumb?" video.
But like
you knew what you were doing.
It's a thought experiment. It's like I'm not being like, oh, Itachi is dumb. And if you watch the whole video, you'll realize I'm like, yes, I agree that Itachi did some things that I think
I'd rather just bitch than watch a whole video. Yeah. I'd rather just like see that, be angry, and then pout about it the rest of the day.
Then pay somebody $2,000 to make a debunk video?
If I had the money, of course.
Okay, and if hypothetically these two just wanted to make a debunk video about me, that would be fine. That would be, you know what, you disagree with my points? That's okay. We're allowed, it's fiction. We're allowed to disagree. Except in this 20-minute reaction video, they made a hour and a half debunk video where two PNG tubers two PNG tubers, people who do not show their faces on YouTube,
You're going off.
decided to attack my looks for 15 minutes. I don't know if you've seen me, but I don't know if PNG tubers are allowed to take shots at me. And then decided to call me a pedophile. And apparently, ladies and gentlemen, the call was coming from inside the house because Seth the Programmer has been accused of grooming children. That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it's called projection.
Just before these finger guns get too hot over here, I just want to clarify to everybody I saw the video. One of the meanest things I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah. If somebody made a 3-hour video about me and how I was a bad person, I'd kill myself. I'm not saying you should, but I would.
I just want to clarify that Seth the Programmer, who I learned about yesterday, and in the video did call you a pedophile because of your stickers. Like, because you like anime. It's not, there's no evidence, there's no, like, reason or anything. I just
have stickers of anime, and because of that,
just from the statues of like Demon Slayer characters and such like that. It was a wild claim. It was the meanest video I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time you'd like briefly mentioned you had beef with this person. And I went home and I was like, oh, let's see like what this is all about. Because I like have never ventured on this side of YouTube.
There's
before.
no need to. Even I don't do it.
Toxic, violent side of YouTube that I wandered in the streets of in the middle of the night, clutching my pearls as I walked.
He's just like Murder Alley, like Batman's parents. Yeah.
Just like pushing my son along, like just don't look up, like it's okay.
Don't make eye contact.
Meanest video ever. He comes out swinging with the R word. Comes in swinging, calling you the R word. And yeah, so I guess somebody in chat like donated $2,000 and was like, yo, can you debunk this guy's video?
Yeah.
First 30 minutes are like railing on how you look.
Personal attacks from PNG tubers about how I look.
Uncalled for.
Yep.
But also, what I really love about it, and the rest is some like weeb nonsense that I skipped over.
Oh, I think Itachi is. It's like that's fine. If that was the whole video, I wouldn't mind.
I was just there to see him call you a dork. Like I didn't care about Itachi.
Yeah.
But so it's funny because what I really liked about the video is that
he called me the R word. You're like, finally someone agrees.
I was like, I don't know, do I want to see this? And then he said it, and I was like, oh, hold on.
About time somebody said it.
He's speaking what's on all our minds.
He's right there with me.
What I like about the video is, one, in the comments, most people are defending you on like his highlights channel.
Yeah.
They're like, that was mean.
Yeah, that was way across the line.
Unbelievably mean.
Yeah.
But the other thing I like is the debate, the like moral debate it brings that doesn't really exist, where people are like, well, you know, he was paid $2,000, so he wanted to give that guy his money's worth.
It's like, yeah, okay.
First through seventh of all.
Didn't have to take the money.
Didn't have to take the money.
First off, he has 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. Listen, as somebody with a third of that amount of subscribers, $2,000 is not that much money. Trust me, he has tweeted that he could retire tomorrow and that the only reason he stays on YouTube is so the people that he's bullied off of YouTube have to see his face.
He's insane, and we'll get into it for sure. But he has like an egregious amount of money. But right, I understand, even if you want to ignore that, even if you want to be like, he doesn't need $2,000.
Yeah.
People are like, what, you're gonna say no to $2,000? I understand some people can't, if you want to put yourself in the shoes. If you can't say no to $2,000, understandable. However, if somebody pays you $2,000 and they're like,
debunk a video.
To debunk a video.
Yeah.
And then, because people are like, oh, well, he wanted to give him his money's worth. Maybe that guy wanted it to be extra harsh.
Mm-hmm.
If someone paid me $2,000 to debunk a video and then is upset I wasn't harsh enough on that person, fuck him. Fuck that guy.
Who cares?
Bad person.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for the money. You're a bad dude. Like, paying me to bully a stranger?
Wouldn't
like, what
be
are you
Seth's
doing?
first time taking money from somebody and not paying it off. So
you want to segue that?
Yeah, let's get into the list of things that Seth the Programmer is currently alleged of doing. So, I had my, there's been a whole lot of content. Not only did Clyde, an Ichigo content, or not Ichigo, Bleach content creator on YouTube. Ichigo content, also surprisingly attractive man. We learned just a gorgeous e-boy man. decided to make a 3-hour video about basically his entire relationship with Seth and everything that Seth has ever done to everybody. And oh my God, is there receipts?
It's so long. It's a magnum opus. It
Yeah.
lulled me to sleep last night while I was doing my research, knowing I wouldn't get to talk about anything else on this podcast today.
You're like, Buddy Dazzy's really good.
I was like, oh, actually, I saw Trigun for the first time. You're like, did you hear?
May all my ops have a fiery and public demise as bad as this one. So, several instances of soliciting nudes, or just general grooming of minors. So finding out that people are 18 or under 18, 16 specifically, asking to fly them out, asking to get nude photos of them, asking if he should go to bed naked on a live stream, asking if they're virgins, asking if they send him nudes, he will give them a higher position in their Discord.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. It's like, hey, you want super supporter? Send me a nude.
Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely insane. And
That's good satire, though.
And you know what's cool?
That's good satire.
That's fantastic satire. And Danny's saying it's satire because he's admitted to all of this.
To all these things under the guise of satire.
Saying that he just makes bad jokes. Bad jokes. Yes. The jokes where you tell a 16-year-old to send you naked photos. What happens if the 16-year-old believes the joke?
Yeah, and then does it.
Whoopsie.
That's the punchline. Your sentence is the punchline.
Oh, no.
It's like so easy not to solicit nudes from minors.
I do it every day.
I found that incredibly easy in my career.
You know what's crazy? Don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think about breathing.
It's not even a moral conundrum.
I'm just like, damn, wow, there's like so many 16-year-olds out there.
There you go.
It's incredibly easy to not ask them for nudes.
I'm just like in my bedroom and like I'll get, just floods of DMs from 16-year-olds being like, do you want nudes?
Please.
And I go, hold on, one sec. Let me just
reply all. No, thank you. Thank you for your support.
No, I don't think I will. I don't think I'll do that.
I like my women legally aged.
That doesn't happen, actually, just so everyone knows.
I
never get those DMs.
Because you have to look for it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how much clout you have.
That's the thing, too, is that he's provoking it, right? Yeah. He's like soliciting them.
Because it's not Danny's circumstance. It's not girls or guys sometimes like being like, let me send you nudes. He is looking for it.
No one's ever just like...
Allegedly.
I mean, not no one, I suppose. Like, I don't know. But I've never experienced where I'm just like hanging out and people are like, hey, like, you want to get in trouble and tank your career?
And you're like...
It's just so easy to avoid that.
Oh my goodness. I think I might... Like, no, that doesn't happen. Ever. Okay, so there's that. There's also been numerous threats of physical abuse, specifically against some of these minors and others. He's threatened to find people, to dox them, to hire other people to physically abuse these people. Some of these people who are actually survivors of SA, that he has then gone on to threaten. He threats villainizing people to his audience, so blowing up their business.
I hate seeing you check your phone.
Oh, because there's a list. We're not even halfway through.
Oh, boy.
Villainizing people to his audience. He also scammed his fans, which is fun. Something I would never do. Something Danny would never do. He was making a video about Ichigo versus Naruto, as a power scaler does. Right. And it was being animated, and honestly, it looked pretty cool. Except for the fact that he was like, I think he was using his own money to pay for it for a little while, and then they had a Patreon where people were paying into it to get the video made because animation isn't cheap. So he shut down the Patreon,
right.
And then he just started taking direct donations from fans, even after knowing the video wasn't getting made anymore.
Yeah.
So he was just taking thousands of dollars,
laundering through this video,
taking thousands of dollars from fans, never with the idea of ever making a video from it. He was paying his editor $8,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
Thousand.
At first I was like, oh my God, 8,000. And then the year came at the end of that.
Year.
Yeah.
And he posts probably, I think, like back when he used, like before all of this happened, he was posting 4 to 8 times a month.
Yeah.
For frame of reference, I pay Cody $60,000 a year. And sure, we post 5 times a week, but like you do not pay your main editor $8,000 a year.
Yeah, he was also allegedly from the guy Clyde, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly from Clyde's video. Clyde edited a lot of his videos, and he was just like a real douche about it.
Yeah, well, Clyde was his main editor.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. He was just
he's manipulating Clyde into working faster. All of his main editors on Ichigo versus Naruto, he's villainizing, he's coming at their throats. He is making like threats against them. He's saying he'll cut them off. He's threatening to not pay them. He's doing all of these kinds of things, allegedly, of course, obviously. So all of this is legally covered. And
yeah, people are really coming at us in droves.
Yeah. He put his main editor, who now has to see a therapist. He put his main editor in like psychological trauma. He is used just more N-words than one could even begin to like.
Also an easily avoided conundrum.
Not hard. Even when you're singing along to a song, if you know the words, you know when it's coming. Just don't. There was like 40 separate circumstances of him just throwing it out there, and it's like, hey, listen. Well, you may be a PNG tuber, but we know you're white.
I know. Well, it's funny because it's like when all of the right now at the time of this recording, he's on Keemstar defending himself, which was a delight to listen to.
First off, of all of the people you are facing child grooming. By the way, and you know what's wild? Keemstar, famous for saying, I don't date women over 20 years old, like borderline pedophile himself. Came at his neck. Yeah. He was like, I have the receipts. I'm holding the receipts. There is an entire Google document filled with all of the terrible things he's done. Keemstar, terrible person, is holding it being like, this is undeniable proof. You've been grooming people. And then me and Danny were listening to the interview, and then they're like, you know what? Let's get the victims in here. Like they had Swag in there.
Tough.
They had Seth in there. They're like, you know what? Like, you know who really deserves to we'll like decide whether or not Seth is innocent by like getting the victims in here.
Yeah, we turned it off at that.
You're like, I mind-numbing stupidness. Like, oh yeah, get the victims of being groomed to talk to their groomer in front of 6,000 people.
Can you imagine if somebody did that to you? Like you were groomed at a young age, like you're starting to come to terms with it, and then like someone related to them or like in their circle DMs you and is like, yo, hop on Keemstar's Discord right now on his live stream and talk about this.
People want to hear from you, bro. People want to hear from you. And you're just
come chat with me and Keemstar about that traumatic experience.
And then in the middle of interviewing Seth about like obviously grooming children, Keemstar's girlfriend, who looks no older than 19, mind you, Keemstar is in his mid to late 30s, rolls in and gives him a kiss. And the whole thing is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare.
But I was gonna say, that was a premature but, because I remember I wanted to say something, but I don't remember what.
There's many things I want to say, so go off, King.
It's funny because, and you typically, you're very much more in tune with like the Keemstar drama and all of this drama. Like, I don't usually keep up with this kind of stuff. I just knew, like, I woke up in a cold sweat and I was like, Nick is happy. Like, that's the reason I'm engaged in this.
I shit you not. I was bouncing around the house yesterday. Listen, obviously, like, my condolences to everybody who has been involved in this. Clyde,
for sure.
Noodles, everybody who's been groomed, like, genuinely terrible. But may all my ops have a fiery and public demise like this.
You have, like, the personal connection with him. Like, we're not gonna be, like, a drama podcast, typically.
But like, if I watch somebody who publicly was like to 50,000 people who watched that video being like, this dude's a pedophile without knowing me, I'm gonna dance on your grave. I'm sorry. I'm doing the Irish jig on your graveyard, all right? I'm inviting my friends, my family. We're doing a bar mitzvah, all right? I'm getting hoisted on top of a chair.
You gotta find a kid, though. You gotta find a kid to bar mitzvah.
I can have mine, I guess.
You haven't had one?
I never had mine.
They're fun.
I didn't know. And you also get a ton of money.
You get a lot of money, but it's fun. You get a DJ. Well, typically.
Yeah, what bar mitzvah doesn't have a DJ?
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine it's just like your uncle singing up there. It'd be devastating.
I'm not Jewish, but I've been to my share of bar mitzvahs.
Not Jewish.
It's like, why?
I just thought we were together.
Oh, we were bonding?
I thought we were together on that one.
I got a real like Italian Catholic upbringing.
Well, all right, that's where podcast ends.
Anyway, adios.
Two Bearded Jews was what this podcast was originally supposed to be called.
But I was just gonna say he's on Keemstar right now. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because like the grooming and pedophile allegations are like the big talk of the town, like the big subject of that podcast.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because those are legal things.
Generally.
It makes sense that you would want the illegal things disproven. But it is funny that, like, most of it is, like, people being like, you know, the people defending Seth are like, listen, Seth's a piece of shit. Seth is a scumbag.
He is
asshole.
the worst person I've ever met.
He says slurs. He's awful. But he did not, like, the context behind grooming that girl. Absolutely fine.
Arguing
it's like,
context on like after admitting that I was the person who said that. There's no context.
Well, it's just funny to me that it's like, just from watching his video that he did on you, even if I didn't know you, I'd be like, it's a bad guy.
Bad person.
Like, not a good dude.
Yep.
Like,
genuinely.
It's just fun. And I guess being a piece of shit is legal, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, like, I get that's why that's the, like, I'll be a piece of shit. I just don't want to go to jail.
Yeah. As long as I'm staying out of jail. Oh, God, if you went to jail, I'd be at the sentencing day. I'd buy a pink suit. I would look like a pimp named Slickback. Oh my God, I would go out.
You're so psychotic.
I love it.
Just so people know, the video truly was the meanest thing I'd ever seen on Nick. Like, this is not unwarranted love of the situation.
Yeah. It's gone now, unfortunately. The video.
I know he took it down.
It's been privated. So, you know, maybe I'm lying and you just have to believe me. Who knows? Okay. And then lastly, used his head animator pictures and said it was him because his head animator was ripped.
He used him and other people. That was wild. That was truly unbelievable behavior. Yeah. Where in his Discord, he was using, what camera do I look at, by the way?
You can look at me. You can look there. It doesn't matter. Stank will figure it out.
Where in his Discord, he was using photos of, like, ripped friends, including his editor, and being like, progress pic.
Yeah.
What a maniac.
Insane.
What like, actual, like, unreal behavior.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And spend 15 minutes dogging me for how I look.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'll give you a progress pic. It's you in an orange jumpsuit. Okay? Oh, last thing. He made a man eat actual poop to be a Discord mod. And then he made another person shove ice up to become a Discord mod. And
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So if you wanna add that onto the endless list of things, I'd like to say we're not gonna spend our entire podcast talking about this. This is just me getting it off my chest, a little bit excited.
Let me just say, my Discord mods got it way too fucking easy. Now that I know what people are making them do.
I didn't know Discord mod was that large of a distinction.
Oh my God.
I didn't know people were like putting that on their resume.
Panda Mom, watch out.
So
we're going through trials now.
Star got Discord mod just by being mean to me. She was just like, she's like, you're stupid. And I was like,
I also got bullied into having Discord mods.
Right?
I was just a big pushover.
I didn't know it was supposed to be the other way around.
They were all just like, hey, we know more about Discord than you do.
She was like, I know how to optimize to make like announcements whenever a YouTube video. I don't see you. It's yours. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want the whole Discord? I'll make you the owner.
I'll get DMs from my mods being like, hey, is it okay if I post an announcements in your announcements channel? And I'm like, my announcements channel? Like,
that's yours.
Is it okay if I post regularly in your channel, you mean?
Yeah, like you are the one running it, operating it. Listen, you asked me to be a Discord mod. I'll make you it tomorrow. That's not true.
Easy.
I'd like to recant my statements. There's
gonna be a power struggle going on.
Yeah, never mind. We don't need to saturate the market. But yes, so I'm not gonna spend the whole podcast talking about it. If you guys want to skip the drama, you can skip to this part because obviously, you know, this is not something people need to talk about.
Time for my list. He also another half hour.
I've been hurt. So yes, no, obviously this is just me getting off my chest for the informing.
This is also news. This is big breaking news. It's anime.
It has to do with the anime community. It does. It has to do with the anime community. There's been a lot of content creators recently who have had fun weeks. But we're not gonna talk about the other ones because me and Danny don't know who that dude is. So
can I talk a little bit more about Seth?
Yes, please.
Well, so I've never seen the content.
Yes.
And this is like not like a thing about him really, but right, you were like, he's a power scaler.
Yeah.
And in delving into this drama, researching for this podcast, I found out that like there's a power scaling like genre community on YouTube.
Oh my God, I envy you.
And it just seems so toxic. Not like people who watch it. Like, cause I get it. I'd watch that shit. That's fun. I used to watch Death Battle. Remember Death Battle?
Cool.
That was so fun.
It's inherently cool.
It's nothing like on the people who watch it, and I will probably watch.
Look at you
some
campaigning.
Of it. Well,
listen, all anime consumers, all good by me. All right.
I didn't mean to say toxic. Yeah. I meant
No, you're not wrong though.
There's so much the act of doing it isn't toxic, but there's so much drama within those creators.
They spend all day arguing about fictional characters, Danny.
It's just crazy. I've never even accidentally upset. Well, I've accidentally upset
many people.
Well, we talked about the
second you waded into Kratos territory, but the thing is that's because
that's true.
Because Kratos is there. He's
in the power scale.
He's Jesus incarnate to power scalers.
But I just mean it's I don't know. In Clyde's video, he's talking about there's all these webs, there's all these sides and factions from these other creators, and it's dude, just talk about anime. Just do you like anime? Talk about that.
Did you like this week's episode?
I just don't know how it spirals into this madness. And I guess that
I saw him punch a tree with X-Force, and therefore he would punch a hole in Goku's chest. And it's the point of anime, of shonen MCs, is that they'll always be as powerful as they need to be. So if you slapped two of them in the same universe to battle against each other, the rule of the fact that shonen and MCs always get as strong as they need to be would just play out, and they would infinitely stalemate each other. That's the thing.
I mean, it's fun. I remember as a kid, I was doing that with Sony PlayStation characters all the time, where it's who would win, Jak and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank, and it's fun rationalizing who would, because it would be Jak.
Do you think they would split up? Do you think they would
Jak would fight Ratchet and Daxter would fight Clank?
Yeah, or would it be would it just they both on? Would it be a chicken fight where they